Coach, why don't you just lead us off here with the opening thoughts on today's scrimmage?
Yeah. No, it's another important day for us. We just put so much value into every practice, and that was kind of the message to the guys is number 15 is just as important number 1 and is important the second and third or first and second scrimmage. And really when it comes down to it, there's not a lot of surprises that happen in a day like today because we play so hard each and every day we step on the football field. But there were some guys. Malik Sherrod, I thought, had a really nice day. He got some opportunities with other guys just being out more for conservative, just keeping them safe and not tweaking anything that they maybe have tweaked already. So he did a really nice job. Had a great day. It was fun to see him thrive because we knew what he could do coming out of high school, and with fall camp the way it was, and so kind of more oriented towards the 1s and the 2s. This spring's been his opportunity to get out there, and he's taking advantage of it.
Coach, the offense seemed to be ahead of the defense, from watching the game. And I guess your reaction to just what the offense did, and then maybe everything good that the offense does, right? It kind of shows that maybe the defense needs a little work, right?
Yeah, we were the number 1 offense in the conference last year, and we went up and down the field against everyone. So we are, I would say, further ahead offensively than defensively, but I hope that's the case. The defense can slowly catch up, and they will. We're 5th year in the system when you go back to 2017, and so naturally that's going to be the case. And these guys have refined, and it's pretty crisp as far as the route running and the checks. And Jake's on it right now. He knows exactly what he wants to go to. He has a lot of confidence and trust in the guys around him, and it shows each and every play. And what I guess I was appreciative of him today is early on he just found ways to get the completions, stayed within himself, and then as it happened and as the looks started to show themselves, he'll take advantage of it and strike with the deep ball when the time comes to any of the receivers that are out there. And we got threats at every position, and that's what makes it so hard to defend.
In that sense, what's the biggest concern then coming out of maybe this game today?
I think just depth. I think depth. A lot of places are always in, and that's a coach speak. That's coach coming. That was me coming out. Just that's your biggest concern. If you lose this guy, then what? That's where we just continue to bring those younger guys along, and some of the younger guys were the ones that got exploited today. On either side of the ball, offensively and defensively. And so we just keep developing. We keep pushing them in the weight room. Keep teaching them, and the best thing about these guys is they're all coachable, and they can come in and they'll sit down and ask questions that are really good, and you can tell that they've got a lot of work that's going on when they leave the facility. It isn't just what they do here.
Out of the many plays you watched today, what was one that stood out to you as maybe the play of the game in your eyes?
I liked seeing Malik Sherrod, who is kind of a guy that's a wiggle guy, a guy out in space, down here on the goal line, punching one in from 2 yards out. It's things like that where you show, okay, this guy's made up of more than just a guy that you want to put out in space. I thought there was a play on the perimeter. Braylon Lux on a screen. Just it's simple things. It's Aaron Mosby coming off the edge really quick and probably getting a sack. And it's hard when you keep the quarterbacks from getting touched. But just guys developing from where they were at in practice 1 of spring ball. So it's fun to see the progression of many of these guys, either new or playing new positions.
And talking about spring practice number 1, what is the one area of improvement you've seen the most today compared to practice number 1?
Yeah, I thought the second and third scrimmages were much more physical than the first one. I think defensively, we've really come a long ways with our, just understanding of how we're going to line up to all the different looks, and our offense will show so many different looks to the defense every single day. And they've been able to recognize. Now it's a matter of executing when your job, when you understand what that job is. I think just because of what we do defensively and offensively, we push each other to the max, I guess, as far as understanding how we got to protect this blitz. how we got to cover this concept. There's just so many really good things that we do conceptually that the opposite side of the ball has to work against, and that only prepares us in a better way for the opponents down the road.
Were you excited headed into today, knowing that you'd be coaching in front of people for the first time?
Yeah,
at least here as a coach.
Just even having some family here,
yeah.
It's a different feel. It really is, and no one can explain other than I saw a picture over the course of the winter months of the stadium completely empty, and there being a game played out in the middle of it, and it looks like there's a little practice going on or something, and there's just no. Hopefully, we never have to go back to anything like that ever again. And even I know our guys were super excited to be out here playing in front of their loved ones, and it was a pretty special night.
Today I didn't notice it. Did you get through spring without any injuries that might impact you in the fall?
Man, I think I was looking for the same thing you were looking for, and that's where I feel we're at. As we got through clean tonight, and that's probably the most important thing out of everything that happens is can we hit the ground running, go into summer workouts, and we're not completely healthy, but we're in a good spot right now. And with a few weeks off before we hit June 1st and getting back at it, I'm really excited about where we're headed and having all the bodies we need to get to where we want to be come August 28th.
Doesn't sound too serious then from that answer. Javon in that walking boot, is he?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be fine.
He's fine.
Yep. And there were some guys that definitely would have played on both sides of the ball had there been, had it been a game. So,
wanted to ask you, about the fans out here, and I got a kick out of you introducing yourself to the parents and your coaches introducing themselves. It almost felt like it was, I don't know, the first day of first grade football or something.
So it was the second time as an entire staff we've introduced ourselves to anyone. The first time was National Signing Day party, and this was the second time. Normally you have recruit days, official visits, junior days, or newcomers would be here, last spring. This was the second time that we introduced ourselves, the entire staff, to anyone, not just parents, but coaches, anyone, you name it.
Final thing for me, I just wanted to get you to kind of talk about a couple defensive guys. We saw what Sherwin King could do tonight, and what's he going to mean to this defense going forward. And then the new arrival, Tyson, having Tyson in the fold, what does that mean for this program?
Yeah, I think, just having Tyson here, he's a guy that just is a veteran. He's just been through it. There's really nothing that's going to surprise him, whether it's the big game atmosphere or a concept that someone's running that we've never seen on film before. I just really think that he's been through it so many times, and he came in and put in the work, and as time went on, he really became a vocal leader here as quick as I've ever seen anyone grow into that type of spot. And so the guys really respect him because first and foremost he works really hard and he's a good person, and so he's been a huge asset to our program already. He's calling out things, and he's just his football IQ is extremely high, and I can't wait for him to be studying opponents and know exactly where the ball's going before they snap it, and help communicate that, because that's certainly going to happen with him on a football field.